Hi guys, really quick little upload. Just picked up my garlic from post office. Some garlic I bought, ordered from DT Brown, and I'm sure on their site it says garlic obtained from the Isle of Wight garlic farm. Well, I ordered their autumn pack, so because the Isle of Wight garlic farm hadn't got any elephant garlic left, unless you bought their autumn pack, but it was a bit more expensive, not too much more expensive, but I thought, oh, I'll get 10 in this particular pack. You get 2 of one kind here, which is Province White, 2 bulbs, and then you get these 2 of these, which is Lautrec White. Now, what I will say is, first of all, they're not from the Isle of Wight garlic farm, and I'll show you the reason why I know that. And I will be chasing that up, but before I say anything further, I will check later on their website. But this is elephant garlic that I got from Mick Poultney, so these are homegrown garlic, elephant garlic. But normally, when I get them from the garlic farm, they're about this size, I'd say. These are pretty big, these are monsters. They're normally about this size, okay? There's 10 here, and this is the size of them. That's elephant garlic. Not very big. Now, if they're from the garlic farm, they're not. The origin of all of these is France. There you go. That doesn't say, it does say France actually on the bottom. It's got D and it's got FR for France. And these are from France. So I will check their website. These are about as big as the ones I bought from Aldi. They're the smallest cloves I've ever seen in my life. These look a bit bigger, but yeah, so those are all rooted anyway, so those are going to go in. But that's normally the size I get from the garlic farm. Oh, so that one's rooted, I know that. So there's a size difference. And we'll get these out of the pack in a bit and I'll show you properly, but yeah. So and there's some quite small ones in here. So that's a better one. You see this one here, that one there, look how big that one is. So there's some big ones and there's some small ones. I mean, look at some of these are absolutely tiny for elephant garlic. I mean, they really are. But we'll see. I'm going to get them in the ground anyway. I'm going to get them in pots to start them off. I mean, that one there, that is ridiculous. That's a joke. That one there, look at the size of that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to set up the tripod actually, because I'm going to do this as a video of me actually opening this pack, so nobody thinks I've made this up. So I'm going to do that now. I'm going to put it on a tripod, set it up so that I've got some evidence of me opening the pack up and not tampering with it. And I'll show you the different sizes of these. So give us a few minutes, I'll come back to you. Cheers guys. Hi guys, so I'm going to do this now. So these are the elephant garlic. So it's all sealed, not been opened. So I'm going to just move you down so you can see me, hopefully see what I'm doing down here. So I'll put them there. Oh, and I've done my back in as well. Ouch. A pair of scissors are there. So, okay, so I'm going to open the bag up. Okay. So So this is elephant garlic. Now there should be 10. So I've got 1, 2. That's a proper size elephant garlic. So that I'd be happy with those 2. 3, 4. It's a good one. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 10 there. So these are bonusy ones. So I've got 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So okay, 10. So these are bonus. So they've given me bonus ones. So I've got a feeling they know because they were smaller. But I mean, I don't even I don't know what that is really. If these are elephant garlic, so be it. Brilliant. So okay. So I've got an extra. Well, if we're going to count them, I've got an extra 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I've got 19. I'd say that's the proper size of them. And that's what I'd get from the elephant garlic farm. Hollow white garlic farm, sorry. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put them in pots. I say in pots, I'm going to put them in modules. I might put them in some of these small pots actually, because that'll probably be easier. To get them rooted and to get them to fire up. In the next few days. As I showed you before, these are the ones that Portly got me. These have definitely rooted. You can they start to come through the bottom. So those are the 3 big ones. They can go in straight away. So I'm going to get these put in pots. I like to do that because it helps me make sure they're fired, etc. What we'll do, we put all these in here. So I know these are all the elephant garlic. Also, when you get things like this from seed suppliers, etc., always open the packets, same as the onions, as soon as you possibly can, because they can start to sweat and do various wonderful things. So that's the elephant garlic. So this is Lautrec white. So again, let's see how many we get in here. I've got 2 bulbs. That's how many you get anyway. So there's no problem with that. But let's just see how big these are. It's a bit of a lottery with these, but I mean that's 1 bulb. So I mean these, some of them are just, don't even think there's even any point in some of these. They're very small. Very, very, very small. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then these straggly bits, shall we say. Let's try the next bulb. So the ones that I bought from Aldi for 45p a bulb, and I've got 80 in. I say 45p a bulb. It wasn't. It was actually 45p for 4 bulbs. So I had 40 close out of each pack. So 90p for 80. Again, this is the second pack. This is the second bulb. This is worse than the first one. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Can you see that? So that's what I've got. I mean, I don't even know whether I'm going to bother with some of these. I'll put them in that. I'm going to put them in pots and probably keep some of these in the polytunnel then, the smaller ones. There's no point in putting some of those out. I might put these smaller ones in a big pot. See if I can get them to root to start with. But yeah. Okay, right. Let's get another little container to pop those in. And we can put that in there, so not those, which ones those are, because they'll be more difficult to. So those are the small ones, those are the Trek White or whatever you call them. Let's get rid of some of this rubbish. Wherever my composting bucket's gone. There you go. You have to be a bit careful actually normally on composting stuff like onions and stuff like that, but anyway. So these are the Province White, which I've grown before from the Isle of Wight garlic farm. These seem a lot better. So straight away, these are a lot bigger. Is it because I've had such a bad year? I'm not too sure. When you are breaking it, you do need to be a bit careful. Don't go all gung-ho. Just even pressure. And just take your time. You don't want to damage the basal plate, which is the bottom where they start to grow from. These are a lot better. And to me, these are proper garlic cloves for growing. I mean, I've got to admit, I am a bit dubious whether these are actually specifically for growing, especially when they come in things like this. It's because I'm used to the Isle of Wight garlic farm coming in brown paper bags. They never put anything in plastic or anything like this. But yeah, these are much better size. I mean, that's not a garlic, elephant garlic, but it's bigger than these, which are elephant garlic apparently. So, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Those are much better size, so those are okay. I'm quite happy with those. That's a good size one. I can't believe this year I've actually got these in November at least. Should really have gone in October, but I didn't get anything really, so some of the ones I've already put in have been in a bit longer, but these should fire up. I have been waiting for these, so can't be helped. My hands are going to smell like garlic for the rest of the day, but I don't mind because I like the smell of garlic, to be perfectly honest. So how many you got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 there. So there's quite a few there. So we'll get these all potted up into some compost in some trays just to get them to fire up. and we'll take it from there. So I'll come back to you guys when I've done that. Cheers, bye. Hi guys, I'm going to do a bit of an overdub on this part. This is me actually putting those garlic cloves out. I decided not to actually put them in pots to see if they'd root, etc. I thought, well, you know what, they've got to get in. It's middle of November, they've got to get in, so I thought let's just go for it. Basically, this is the first row. These are the elephant garlic. The first three you'll see here in this tray, the three that I got off Mick Poultney. And they are absolutely huge. They are massive. You can probably see from there. The reason why this looks like I'm going to dig a big hole is because there's the soil actually on the root system. I think I'm just off to go and get the trowel because I normally use a dibber, drop them in and then just cover them over. Normally put them about an inch below the surface. Depending obviously the size of the actual clove itself as well, but you can see here I'll probably go, you'll probably think I'm digging to Australia, but I'm not. It's because there's so many roots on the bottom of it. So just watch this bit here. I'm basically just putting, like I said, it will be about an inch below the surface. So it's still not quite deep enough. But it will be in a minute, so it'll come up in a minute. Here you go. So I've put it in there, and that's it basically. So I've got three of these, and of the large ones, and I'll put these in now. The same type of thing, and the other ones I've dibbed the holes, so I know at least where the holes are, and so again, make the hole a bit bigger. Get in about the right depth. This is me taking some weeds out. I can see some roots of weeds, etc. So it's not too bad, this bed anyway. It's at the top end of my plot. It's well manured. So, well, it's not manured, but what I've done before I've done this, I've weeded it a little bit, and then I've put some dried chicken pellets and blood, snot and bone, as I call it, and then rake that in. Spread it up a little bit here because it's boring otherwise. And so these are all the elephant garlics, the ones I showed you earlier in this upload, the ones that I'd got from DT Brown. And you can tell they're nowhere near as big as those others because the holes I've just dibbed and then just expanded them a little bit to drop the cloves in. And I should finish this off pretty quickly. I think there's 2 rows. I put 2 rows in the end. They're about 6 inches apart. Now they do, some people say elephant garlic 12 inches, but looking at the size of cloves, I don't think I need to. So it's between 6 and 8 inches. The piece of wood I've got there is actually it's one of the ones that it's all got holes in it and it's all labelled up. I'm trying to think the company it was bought. My mum and dad bought it me probably about 7-8 years ago. Don't use it all the time, but I thought I'll use that this time. It's quite useful. That's me marking the lines out for each one so I don't lose track of where I am. And that's the elephant garlic done. And now we go on to now I'm going to have to try and remember the name of this. I know the last one I put in is Allotment white. I think this is it Solent white? I'll put the names below anyway in the comments to let you know exactly which ones I've put in. I can't remember off the top of my head now. But as you can see, these are much easier to put in. They're not quite as big. Once you get into the swing of things, it's pretty easy to do. And there you go. It's me coming over and looking very old again. I did this just before it absolutely pelted down with rain. It wasn't that bad actually. Actually thinking of it, the rain, but at least they've got a good dose of rain on them anyway. And the soil actually dries out pretty quick. It's not waterlogged and it's quite fluffy and it's soft. You can see I'm leaning into the middle. These beds are. I've got to get this right. I think these are 5 foot deep, so it's 2.5 foot into the middle. I can just about reach, but I obviously put my hand on the soil, which I don't like doing. Normally have a piece of wood to dissipate my weight, because none of these beds are stood on. So that's why I don't have to actually dig them over. I never dig these over, so to speak. I just rake the weeds off the top, take any bits off I need to, and it's sort of no digging away. Well, it's not dug, so I suppose I could say that. That's me just chucking them all over the other side and walk around the other side. But I always say to people, if you are going to do raised beds or beds where you denote the outer circumference of them, try and make them no bigger than 4 foot really, or that's easy for you to reach the middle of it. I can just about reach the middle of these beds, and they are quite high, in as much as they're probably about a foot up, about a foot. I'm trying to think, because they're actually joist boards that are on the edges. It's two of me fellow plot holders that just walked by. So yeah, so as you can see, I'm just dip the holes. It's just in and out where the space are, and it's quite useful because I just drop the clove in. If I think it's going to go a bit too deep, I'll just put a bit of soil in the bottom. Biggest thing I'll try and make sure is when you do drop any kind of seeds in like that, even though these are quite large, just make sure that when you do fill them over with soil, you just make sure that they actually fill up with soil around the root, or the bottom of the bulb, or the clove in these cases, I suppose. But it's just to make sure there's no air pockets there, because obviously if roots get into air, they'll just die. They'll basically air prune. These are the Lautrec, the small ones. These are the smallest ones, and there was a load of little tiny ones, and I basically put a load of them all together in the last few. But you can see where I'm leaning on that gently there, and how it sank. My hand was sinking into the soil. That's how aerated it is and how soft it is. That's where I'm up. That's a little stick just to denote where I am, and that's it. The others you'll see when I go back round the other side of the bed. I've just literally put them in the top of the surface. It's 6 inches, and all I'll do now is just do it the old-fashioned way. Just push it in. There you go. That's how soft the soil is. But because they're smaller, I didn't have to dig big holes really for them to get down. So that was it. So that's another job done, and that's only half a bed full. So I've got loads more room, so I can put other stuff in there. God only knows what I'm going to put in. I don't think I might buy some more garlic. I don't know. But basically, I wanted this bed to show these the garlic that were bought from DT Brown, and they weren't bought from a supermarket. So there you go, guys. Thanks for that. And there'll be a little bonus clip on at the end of this. Thank you. Hi guys, bit of an update on the old upside down bulb challenge. Let me see if I can get this cable. That's it. So hopefully you can hear me. Got microphone on set. Anyway, upside down bulb challenge. Here we go. That's the one in the pot. There you go. That's the normal one. And this is all in the clear plastic to see if we could see the growth, because you can never see the growth obviously when you put it in a normal pot. So I thought it might be nice, as I said before, but good root system. They're starting to grow, and you can see it's actually sorry about that. You can see the roots going all the way around the bottom of the pot. How about that? That's amazing. You can see where the one root. Let me put this down so I can do a proper. Shall I put it up there? Can you see what it is? There you go. Yeah, I think you can just about see. Can you see where? I need a pointing stick. I feel like a teacher again. I wasn't teacher as in music, not classroom. But anyway, you can see. I think. Let's have a quick look. Yeah. You can see this root here, it's coming down there, and there's a root that's come down there, and it's come down, it's hit the bottom, and in fact you can see it down here. It's down here, it's gone all the way around, and there's some others that have gone round here, and it's going all the way around down the bottom of the pot. You can see, and this is where you get what they call pot bound. So what happens is the roots hit the bottom of the pot or the sides of the pot, and it just goes round and round and round in a circle. Now this is the upside down one, which is even more interesting. This is the one that I really wanted. You can see all these roots here. This is from the other one, the normal one. This is the upside down one. You can see where the roots have all started, and they've all come this side, which is really good because we can see them really well. And you can see here, this bit here is actually the stem. And you can see where it's curling up and it's starting to go up. So it'll be like that. So it does work. It will root itself and it will start to turn up. So it'll be fascinating to watch this grow properly all the way up there. And we will get a fun. This bulb is going to be really, really weird. Now, obviously, I've done these as a test, so these bulbs aren't going to get huge anyway, because they're only in a small pot. So what I might do, because I wanted to see how they grew, what I might do now is just take the whole lot of this and put in a big pot, and then we won't be able to see it anymore. But I'll leave it for another week or so, see if we can see this grow a bit better. And then if I make sure this is comes out in one big lump, I can put it in a big pot. I'll put it in one. What I'll do, I'll put it in one of my special growing pots to give it a really good chance of growing. So there you go. I thought I'd bring you up to date with that one. So that's the bulb upside down bulb challenge 2020/21. So that's really interesting. I'm really interested to see those roots going all the way around the bottom. So glad I did it in a clear plastic container so we could actually see that. It's really interesting. It's great to see. I can actually see that that's turning upside there. So there you go. So they do root and they will sort themselves out, so to speak. It's obviously not going to turn that whole bulb around in the soil. It'll still form, and it will be quite interesting to see it trying to form. But yeah. So this hasn't got any holes in the bottom either for drainage. So I haven't watered that since day one. It was damp soil anyway, but I did give it quite a good drink when I put the bulbs in first, and I've left it. And just left it in to do its own devices, and there you go. So hopefully that's a little bit of interesting. But there you go. There's my update for the upside down bulb challenge. Cheers, guys. Bye.